Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today we're going to talk about how to de-villainize the 8-ball. What does that mean? It means the 8-ball is scary to a lot of people for a lot of reasons. Even people who have never played pool before have expressions like behind the 8-ball. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you focus on making your shot when you're down on the 8-ball, the money ball, and get out of your mind that something special is about to happen because you're on that last ball. So let's get started. First thing you should notice is I've got a bunch of black balls here, okay? This was a set that I made up. When I first bought these balls, I was going to get 15 black balls and just practice shooting them in. The whole idea was, number one, demystify the 8-ball. If you're accustomed to shooting these in, when you see it on the table, it is not going to be a big deal. One of the reasons, obviously, that you missed the 8-ball is this is the game winner. You might be a little bit more nervous. That's understandable. So what we're going to do is get that nervousness out and get you to the point where this is just another ball that loves to go in the pocket for you. One of the things that I like about practicing with these solid black balls is that they don't have any numbers or any stripes on them. Now, why is that a good thing? Because you don't have a reference. It creates resistance. If you ever watch my videos about the Petra method, which is my method of training, you know that the R in Petra stands for resistance. Well, resistance means giving yourself situations that are more difficult than what you face in an actual game. And shooting a ball in that doesn't have any reference marks on it is more difficult than shooting a ball in that actually has reference marks like the number. Think of how many times you've looked at a shot and said, okay, that's the spot where I need to send my cue ball. You don't get that benefit when the balls are all solid balls. So that's one thing I like about these. If you don't have the funds or the budget to invest in a whole set of these, just use a couple 8-balls. You can use 2 different racks, grab a couple balls, it's fine. But as far as these balls go, that's one of the things that I like. Another thing that I recommend is whether you build a set of 7, 15, or maybe you only have one or 2 8-balls, it's okay. But when you set up your drills, make sure you're involving your 8-balls, or in this case, your all black balls, in that drill. So you get accustomed to shooting the balls. All you're doing with each of these tips is getting yourself to the point where there is absolutely nothing special about that 8-ball. A couple other things you can do. How do you improve your money ball game when you don't have a pool table? Or maybe you have a pool table, but you also have a life. So you can't put in tons and tons of hours shooting black-only balls and things like that. One of the things you can do is use visualization skills. You've heard me talk about it before. Actually sitting and visualizing yourself shooting that money ball is almost as good as actually being at the table and practicing. Not a joke, guys. A lot of you think that it's hocus pocus. Oh, that can't possibly be. Well, get educated real quick. Professional athletes have been using this for 60 years. I have had a pool table in my house every year for the last 30 years, except one. That one year we were in a bridge house. We were waiting for our other house to get ready or waiting to move or something, but I didn't have my pool table assembled at that time. I did not get to practice, but I was gambling every weekend, every Friday night, every Saturday night. I was at the pool hall. But my game did not suffer because between times that I could not practice, because I simply didn't have a table at home, I visualized myself at the table. This stuff actually works. I haven't heard it so much lately, but a few years ago, I heard a lot of people preaching, hey, this is how you make the 8-ball. When you're on the 8-ball, you're going to play position as if you need to get on the next ball. So what they're suggesting is, in order to make this shot, even though I don't have any other balls on the table, I should visualize myself getting position on another ball. Here's the problem with this. If I do that, and I visualize myself getting on that ball or this ball or whatever, I have to ask a question. How many times have you missed a shot, whether it was the 8-ball, prior to the 8-ball, anywhere in the rack? How many times have you missed a shot because you were getting position on another ball? You have two things to do when you're getting position on a ball. You have to make the ball and you have to get position. You have two chores. Why on earth would I want to give myself more stuff to do when I am on the money ball? You can try this. I don't believe in it. I've never used it, but I have seen, this is no joke, in the last 5 days, at least 25 missed shots by students because they were playing position on another ball instead of just making the ball they were on. If you don't have to get position, don't play position. I don't buy into that, playing position while you're on the 8-ball. Last but not least, you guys have heard me say it before. If you are an 8-ball player, there is nothing that is going to help your game more, in my opinion, than playing straight pool or playing 9-ball. They're both going to give you a different set of skills, but playing 9-ball does a few things for you. One, it forces you to play good position. 8-ball bails you out, but rotation games like 9-ball and 10-ball do not bail you out. If you don't play good position, you're not going to make the next shot. So two things happen when you play rotation games, especially if you play 9-ball racks. Even if you have no interest in competing in 9-ball, practice playing 9-ball. People want to play 9-ball with you, play even if you don't want to play, because a couple things happen. One, the 8-ball has less meaning to you because the 9-ball is your money ball now. So just playing 9-ball will take the idea of shooting that 8-ball out of your head as the money ball. It is now your key ball. If it's still on the table, it's now your key ball for getting out, not the main ball that you're trying to get to. So this will also help you demystify the act of shooting the 8-ball, and I find that it helps a lot of players. If nothing else, your position play is going to get better just from playing rotation games. So guys, hit me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and have a great day. You guys are the best.